Oh, I thought you pulled out your wallet. I was like, what? All right, yeah, let's go.
Brian, can I buy some gold?
What's the exchange rate?
Hey, when do we start microtransactions?
This game just got paid to win real quick.
Well, we stand here in a row, looking like a bunch of heroes. I know that deep inside, nothing more but a bunch of zeros. Ah!
Welcome to Season 2, Episode 73 of Bards and Nobles. We're that podcast. Now, I'm Brian, the Dungeon Master, and tonight I'm joined by...
Anthony Boyd playing Grit Scrundell, the Aarakocra Rogue Bard. Also want to shout out to my awesome new shirt that the fans sent.
Woohoo!
Nameless
Sexy.
Which fan sent it? Yeah.
I want to say Yenny, but I'm not 100% sure.
You had a conversation with them about it.
But she didn't specifically say it was a t-shirt. She said she was sending something, and there was nothing on the package, so I don't want to give credit where
Right.
it's
Who else are we
Expecting
playing
so
with?
many gifts that he can't keep up.
I'm just saying, if you send a shirt, I'm going to wear it.
Also, to be fair,
Duly noted.
it said it was from Russell Crowe, so maybe Russell Crowe sent it to him.
It was to Russell Crowe.
From Russell Crowe, like-
Russell Crowe.
Who's up next?
Oh my God, my name's Trey O'Neill, and I just don't want to be here anymore.
I'm Andrew Dana, and I'll be playing Elon Musket, the Warforged Gunsmith.
Aaron Williams playing Biron von Beauregard, the Human Ranger.
Nope.
God damn it.
Blake Harrison playing Kibe, Catch a Falling Star and Put It in Your Pocket, Shigani.
Charles Nelson playing Max Stormblade, the Human Paladin.
All right.
There's like an extra syllable in there. Did anyone else?
He said, pull blade.
Just like, what extra syllable?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Which one of you knuckleheads is doing recap?
That would be me. Good one for me to recap because I'm only going to talk about myself. Let's see. Last time I had some seamstresses put together a dashing outfit for me. Kibe Unchained, if you will. And everyone was so enamored with how I looked that they all tried to lay me, but
One succeeded.
one succeeded. And it was a turtle lady. She's the hottest creature I've seen so far, besides that treacherous bitch. What city was that? That we
In
were
Dragon's Maw?
Dragon's Maw. That's Sloot.
Why was she treacherous? She gave you everything you wanted.
And then took it all away.
She literally sucked you dry.
She did.
Oh.
This is a really deep recap. What happened in episode 1?
That night went really deep.
And I did.
Oh.
And
The
let's
deep clean corner of that
see.
room.
We went back to Baron's Manor and put her turtle eggs in the ground, so those will be hatching soon. Interested in seeing what those crab turtle babies look like. I think that was about
I
it.
thought I saw some fan art on the
Yeah.
Discord, didn't I?
All right.
Somebody did some. These two boobs over here were trying to like steal something of probably no value. But I don't really.
We're trying to steal the front gate, if I recall.
Oh, we already got that. That's why you're a bird, if I remember correctly.
Are you
Sounds
good?
about right.
That's pretty much all that happened. A robot guy challenged another robot guy to a jumping off the cliff match. They both lost.
Okay, yeah. So, Elon, after the gnome and his warforged go off to a back room with the man they were talking to, you just kind of left to your own devices out in the general main room of the mansion. Baron, you just got done talking to your son. At this point, he had walked away and was rejoining his group at the party. Max, you had just finished dancing with some lady. Looked like some noble woman.
He's got done throwing her on the floor. Football.
No, I think he was able to pull off a good performance at the end, if I remember correctly. Let's see. Kibe, you came back to the main room after shagging this turtle chick?
Oh, yeah.
Who introduced herself as Venusia.
Venusia.
Who she was one of the members of the Shimmering Knights, the other group that is led by Barnabas Prescott. And that leaves Shrimp. You had just finished up talking with the dwarf who was part of that thieving guild known as the Pix.
He was telling me the plan, and then we faded away.
Gotcha.
So what was the plan?
As far as he got was that they found the vault, which is somewhere in the manor that you're in, and to meet him and his guy later in the night, close to 1 o'clock ish, in one of the private game rooms downstairs.
All right. Did you tell me which one?
No, he did not.
Or just one of them?
Yeah,
Okay.
he said meet me in one of the private game rooms downstairs.
Neat.
And we left off with Grits. You had just left Barnabas, who you are convinced has no idea who you are, and said he was going to meet you out on the veranda to talk some more about some stuff. But yeah, you guys kind of just, mingling around, kind of bump into each other again. The party's going on. Now it's kind of entering the second phase or so.
So, if I remember correctly, Venusia was giving me all the sweet secrets from the Shimmering Knights.
Okay.
We're going to address that, or we just want to come back to that later?
Give me charisma.
No, she already
check.
gave them to me.
Yeah, I'm going to see how much she gave you.
Okay. Cool.
She gave you something. You just don't know how much yet.
Herpes.
I think she gave me a good bit.
Turtle herpes.
Crabs.
Terpies.
All right. She gave me...
Crabs.
Wait, do I have anything to charisma checks?
Yeah, I
Oh,
heard
add
you
your
like that.
courtier or whatever. Courtier?
Courtier.
My
Quarter.
elegant courtier.
Yeah.
So... Proficiency.
For sure.
23.
23. She basically was just kind of bragging a little bit about how much work they've been doing in the city of Sedleo and the city of Kingsford, routing out the secret society known as Council of the Void. They had hit a couple spots. They'd have taken out a couple of what they feel is like key members. And they're she didn't give you any details, but they are in town for the festival known as the Hound's Call. But she kind of hinted at maybe doing some of that work here as well while they're here.
Okay. She didn't make any note of that crazy angel guy, did she?
Not the angel guy. She did ask about your sword. She was obviously very impressed with your weapon and how powerful and big it is.
I remember.
And she'd ask you some questions about it, but you elegantly dodged them without giving any details.
As a crab does.
Did let her polish it though.
Yeah.
Sidestep the questions.
Yeah. I was
She
like,
put,
you know
she
what,
put some
baby?
turtle wax on it.
Why don't you just get back down there and finish what you started?
So yeah, you guys kind of run back into each other. It's a party in one building. It happens. You guys are around each other. What are you guys doing?
I'm taking a sip of some red wine in a glass, and I think to the party, guys, I was talking to Barnabas. He doesn't realize that I'm Grits, and I'm going to try to get some information from him. So if you talk to me out and about, my name is Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe. Got it?
Got it.
Duly noted.
Got it, Grits.
Cussle Row.
I think that back.
I would also like to thank the group. Baron, hypothetically, if the Prescotts were, I don't know, robbed blind, would that be hard on the Beauregards or like an issue for them? Hypothetically.
I mean, that would
My
be
eyebrow, the crest on my head raises up.
well, I mean, that would be very unfortunate for the Prescott family.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I look at Shrimp with that look. I give him that look.
Why? Do you know something?
I mean, you hear things, you see things, you know things.
You do
Like
things.
what things do you see, hear, and know?
I see a shrimp cocktail over there, and I start walking away.
Can I insight to see if he's telling the whole truth?
Sure.
Do I roll also?
I feel like
Are you
like
trying to deceive him?
those
or
are
are you
pretty
just walking
obvious.
I'm
away?
trying to not
I feel
tell
like
him.
you roll at disadvantage for that obvious giveaway.
All right. That's fine.
Love it.
I was just saying shit, but okay.
17.
Oh boy, get ready to suck it, because I rolled a 10.
All right.
Shrimpy proceed to suck it.
Sucking those shrimp.
Shrimp cocktail.
It's
Now
not going good
is
right
it time for me to meet on the veranda?
Which, for me, a shrimp cocktail is just
Sure.
girls
yeah.
there?
That's the joke. Is
So you
that
had.
it's just a drink.
We get it. No, everyone else got it.
There'll be a diagram later.
I head to the veranda.
All right. What's everyone else doing? You trying to do anything? You guys have any goals? You just enjoying the night? Any plans?
Probably just walk around and just kind of look at people and just keep.
Well, that's awkward.
It's just like, do not be concerned. I am a camera.
Merely observing.
I mean, just
The green light means it's off.
yeah.
Act natural.
No, just kind of perusing around the party.
Don't
just
look at
seeing if I can hear anything.
Here's rifle whirl up. Zzz, do not be alarmed.
It is natural.
I would like to try to find the. I don't know if he's the eldest. The senior Beauregard.
Okay.
Big Daddy Beauregard.
Big Daddy Beauregard.
All right. Give me an investigation check.
All right. I probably don't. 12.
Oh, you totally fine.
You look around. You realize you have no idea who you're looking for. You've never seen him before in your life. Couldn't pick him out in a crowd.
Oh, all right.
Like, I mean, you've never been to the city. You don't know who the
Did I meet
father
him?
of the
Yeah.
Baron's dad?
Baron's dad.
Yeah.
Oh, Beauregard. I'm sorry. I thought Prescott was.
No.
Okay.
I was
My
like,
bad.
I feel like I thought I had a conversation with
No.
him.
Okay.
You're completely out.
I have
blacked out.
You ask
amnesia.
You ask around, and you find out that as the party kind of shifted into the more like partying kind of phase, he bounced out. A lot of the older nobles and stuff just kind of left at this point.
All right. That's
Now they're playing like, I don't know, some weird tribal trap music on the instruments. And so,
What's that sound like?
I'm sure I could find some.
I'd like to go out on the dance floor and do the robot.
Of course you would.
Which is just any dance that he does.
Yeah.
It's actually the waltz by himself.
I am doing the
Give me a
robot.
performance check on that one.
Performance check?
I am not breaking down. I am breaking it down.
Oh my gosh.
Good night,
A
everybody.
massive 10.
All right, you're doing it. Like, you're out there like, yep, that's a robot. Doing the robot. Max, eBay, Baron, what are you guys doing?
I'm actually going to go up to Baron and tell him about what I heard from Venusia.
Uh-huh.
So, Baron,
Yes.
with this information I've just given you, we need to find out more about your arch rival and what he's doing here.
Yes. But first a drink. And I get us some
I
drinks.
grab his drink. out of
drinks
his
are
hand.
flowing and free.
Yes. And we can talk more about these details in the morning. At the moment, let us enjoy the night.
Tonight.
And I pull out a Sherlock Holmes hat, place it upon my head, and walk off.
Okay. Where do you walk to?
Off.
I'm going to go find
Off. I wanted to say it too.
one of the lesser cousins of the Prescott family and do some
The one they're
snooping.
ashamed of.
Yeah.
Because he's really good at picking.
How do you find out?
Where
who's
do
the
you
lesser
keep your
cousin?
bumpkins?
I asked the shrimp,
The shrimp.
the ones he was eating.
All right.
Goddamn Kevin Prescott.
You walk over to where Shrimp's at, who's just casually, totally nonchalantly snacking on some shrimp. And you begin talking to the shrimp.
I look at Crabman and I say, I am sorry. Is this awkward?
I say, not you, the shrimp.
Yeah.
I hand him one.
I question it thoroughly.
Curiously, there's no response.
Weird.
As he's holding it up in the air, I take a little cup of cocktail sauce and just sort of like dab it on the end for him.
right. Perfect height and angle to do it too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Doot, doot. Maybe that'll help.
I say, so you're trained in the arts of withholding information through torture. And I just pop it in my mouth.
Yep. Oh, it's juicy. It's succulent. It's nice and cold. They make sure to replace it like as soon as they get close to room temperature.
Does he gain the information through osmosis?
He gets all
Osmosis?
No, he's fucking eating shrimp.
At that,
But he ate its soul.
Roll for it.
I go to Mr. Prescott himself.
Barnabas?
Yes.
All right.
Wait. Is that the arch rival or is that the daddy?
That's the rival.
Is there a daddy?
You try to find the daddy?
I'm trying to find the daddy.
Investigation.
Try to find umami.
Who's your daddy? What he do?
Investigation check. Nuts! It's a -1. 13.
Nuts. Oh, I thought your
Crikey.
cumulative score was -1.
No. That'll be good.
You die.
You spot him from the main floor. And you spot him just at the top of the steps. He walks back towards one of the hallways, and he's got long gray hair. He's a human. He's got a wrinkled, aged face, but he's wearing very nice clothing. He's got white gloves on, mostly black attire of fancy cloth. And you just catch a glimpse of him as he turns back towards a hallway. As you make your way upstairs to kind of catch up to him, you see him turn at the end of the hallway. As you go to step into the hallway, you feel a hand on your chest as one of the two guards that are standing there kind of steps in the way, and they're like, nope, no personnel allowed back here.
Family members only.
Nobody sees the Prescott's. Not no way, not no how.
I kind of take my hat off and I'm walking back and forth and I'm like, very interesting situation we have here. And I say, are you aware that I'm a good friend of the Shimmering Knights?
I just had sex with him a moment ago.
I wasn't aware of that, but that doesn't
Now
really
that you're
matter.
aware, I push past.
All right. You physically just push him out of the way. All right, give me a contested strength check.
Nuts!
All right, 22.
1.
All right. You go to push past, and he just freaking judo arm locks you from behind and pushes you up to the railing. He's like, "Get out of here!" And he pushes you away. He's like, "No one is allowed up here."
These guards are very eloquent.
Nah, I just leave.
All right. Max and Baron, I assume you guys are still near each other.
I am. Baron is partying and enjoying the evening. He hasn't had drink in a long time. He hasn't had access to free flowing drink
Sure.
in a while, so he is taking advantage of the excess.
Okay. Max?
Baron's getting crumb.
I just continue drinking and mingling.
All right.
High five.
I will say this. I don't know if this gives me anything, but I feel like Kibé's on high alert right now. He doesn't know why,
Okay.
but he's, full Sherlock Holmes mode right now.
Okay. Your small hairs on your exoskeleton are standing on end.
Yeah. I don't know if that gives me anything.
Along with
but
Old Chum.
that is happening.
Old chum stands fully
Old
erect.
Chum.
1, 2, 3, 4,
I was
5, 6. All right, Baron.
Look.
Out on the dance floor, 2 people approach you.
What do they look like?
One is a tiefling. She carries a bandolier of bells on her bandolier, on her leather belt. And
Is
the
she
other
jingling
one,
as she walks?
surprisingly, no.
Okay, all right.
Some broke-ass
And
bells.
the other one looks like almost looks like a warforged, but you see a human face kind of coming out of like what looks like armor. It's like almost like full armor. Like there's a face there.
Got it.
RoboCop.
But it's like
Yep.
it's very like form-fitting armor. And so they
she's just like wearing the skin of a.
Warforged.
I was assuming
Something like that.
I was assuming
Like
like,
Hannibal
the
Lecter?
Grenier from Warframe.
I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, RoboCop.
Murdered
So,
and is now wearing. Skin.
Give me a history check. Let's see if you recognize these people.
History at a level of
Is it disadvantage because he's drunk?
15.
No, he's not drunk yet. He knows how to pace himself.
But I'm not.
Duly noted. 15, yeah, you recognize 2 of them. They were at the Day of the Dawn ceremony. You recognize them as 2 other members of the Shimmering Knights.
Okay.
The male in the armor comes up to you. He's like, Baron Beauregard, nice to meet you. And he goes to shake your hand.
I greet him back.
He's like, Antonio Carson. He's talking very fast.
Mhm.
And he pulls you in. He's like, look, and he's almost like whispering into your ear. And he's like, look, whenever you get a second, I'd really like to talk to you about some things that we've found, and hopefully we can share notes back at the city of Thibodeau. We've done a lot of research, and we've just come up on a lot of evidence of things that I'd like to show you. Maybe we can share notes at some point. And he's just kind of talking fast, barraging you with information.
Antonio?
He's like, yes, Antonio Karst.
Antonio, okay. Who's your lovely friend?
This is Adiel.
Adiel. And I greet her as well. Well, I mean, the night is young. Let us adjourn and just, I mean, are these matters that deep, or should we talk about them at another time, or?
He's like, well, we should probably talk about it now.
Now?
Yeah.
All right, let us adjourn and we'll have a quick conversation and get back to the life of the party.
All right. So he pulls you aside, and you guys find like a side, like bar table. It's like standing height or whatever.
Yes, a good exposition point.
And he says, I don't know what the Dawnguard's been up to, but we've been fighting in Kingsford.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually, I think, dealt a pretty big blow to the Council of the Void. I mean, you know who they are, right? You've been versed, you've been briefed.
We've discussed the Council of the Void. I don't think I've ever met any of the members.
That's fine. I could have sworn that the Inquisitor said you guys had already done some work for him, routing out some of their members in Thibodeau. It does, it doesn't matter.
We totally did.
He says, but no, we killed one of the collaborators in Kingsford, Azrael Ilvek. Does that ring a bell at all?
Azrael Ilvek. Let me roll a history check.
Okay.
You open a Rolodex.
16.
The name does ring a bell. You remember it being mentioned once when you first came back to Sedleo, and it was mentioned by Norik as one of his contacts.
Yes, I believe Norik, the servant to the king, I believe that was one of his contacts. Now you're saying that he was a collaborator?
Yeah. And he's doing like his fast science talk. He's like, he had found a way to temporarily bind Eldritch kinetic spiritual energy to creatures via tachyon weave.
That's a lot of different types of energy.
Crystals themselves. The black amethyst. He was using that to bind the metatomic structure of the soul occurring in aberrational entities
Whoa, slow down. Spiritual kinetic eldritch energy?
No. Eldritch kinetic spiritual energy.
Okay, gotcha. What
Two totally
exactly?
different things.
What exactly is eldritch kinetic spiritual energy?
Basically, the void has found a way to bind monsters' souls into these crystals, the black amethyst.
Gotcha.
That's all we were able to.
Now is that what was at the core of the terrorist attack at the Day of the Dawn?
I believe so. That's why I wanted to talk to you with you and your constituents.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to get some more information about that. We weren't there, but obviously you all were.
Y'all are my constituents. Okay.
Is Baron drunk or is Aaron drunk right now?
Yes.
Okay. So, all right. The Void has figured out a way to do this, and they can create stronger giant monsters. Now, where exactly is the threat coming from? Do we have a lead on that?
I don't know yet. We haven't been able to find any of their major base of operations. We've only been able to take out some of their hideouts.
Yeah.
I was hoping you guys would have some more information on that.
Well, where have you found some of these hideouts?
Mostly in Sedlio.
So they're heavily based in the capital.
Yes. But
Now-
here's the other thing. During the Day of the Dawn, there was the attack, but at night there was a second attack.
I recall there was a demon.
Right. The creatures
yeah.
the creatures that were summoned that night don't follow the same patterns as the ones that we've found and the ones that were summoned during the day. And then he leans in and he whispers. He says, I think someone may have false flagged or framed the council or the Council of the Void. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. It doesn't. They weren't the same attack.
Yeah.
They weren't the same pattern. They didn't have the same signatures.
So you're saying that was a false flag. It had nothing to do with the Void.
I'm not saying that. I don't know, but I don't know.
If I recall correctly, I believe one of my constituents saw, I believe, a woman right before the attack commenced. We don't have a lot of details on the woman, but he did
a
see
woman.
a figure.
What did she look like? When was this?
You'd have to speak with my counterpart, Russell Crowe, and he's the Birdman walking about.
Ah, yes, I've seen him.
Russell
Yes.
Crowe wasn't there.
The
I assume-
Aarakocra.
Grits was there.
I assume he was the replacement for the sixth member. What was his name? Grundle?
Something of that
Okay.
something of that sort. Well, this is all very interesting. Now, you mentioned the name Azrael, and I recall that being in conversation with Norik.
Mm-hmm.
And to our knowledge, Norik has been
Yeah, he was
non-responsive.
arrested and shipped to the Crucible.
Yes.
Non-responsive. Have you been contacting him?
He was our direct contact. He was the one who was leading us on missions and giving us our information. So we hadn't heard from him in a while. So I do remember Azrael being mentioned around that. So
He gets uncomfortably close to you.
okay.
He stares in your eyes and he says, "What do you know about the Council of the Void? Are the Dawnguard?"
What do I know about the Council of the Void, Brian?
I don't know, you tell me.
Okay.
I feel like
You've been playing this game.
we in this together.
Yeah. Well, to be honest,
Like we've been playing
not
for like
much.
140 hours or anything.
What do you know? I don't know. What do I know?
What do you think that I think that you think that I know?
So he gets uncomfortably close to me, and I respond with,
Kiss him.
"You're so pretty." Well, I don't know a lot because really before the terrorist attack that seemed to be connected to the Void, I didn't think they were real. And since then, we've been on mission after mission from the King, and we really haven't had a lot of time to sit down and analyze what's been going on. There was a moment where I met with a dragon.
Oh. And immediately he pops out this little console on his arm, and he's just like, ding, 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 ding,
Yes.
ding, ding. Looks like he's taking notes.
Have I noticed this exchange going on yet?
You are in the zone, dancing.
Yeah.
Just dance.
And it was an amethyst dragon that I was able to ask a single question of before it perished. And I asked it how to identify members of the Void, and it told me anyone who is not afraid of the night, anyone who does not fear the stars. That is what it told me.
He's like taking that down, nodding.
Other than that, I really don't have much information about the Void in terms of people who may be associated with them. We brought down a different cult, the Dragon Claw cult or whatever have you, in Dragon's Maw.
Oh yeah, in Dragon's Maw, right?
Yeah,
I
in
heard
Dragon's
about that.
Maw.
Good job. That was all over the news. I don't know.
The internet.
Yeah,
They have one.
imagine
That was all over Sedley book.
It was in the weave, bro.
Yeah.
But,
Not in your Facebook.
all right.
He's like, all right, well, and then you look over and Adiel kind of just like,
Yeah.
she does like sign language at him,
All right.
and then he's like, okay, you're right. He's like, all right, maybe when you're back in Sedleo, we can you can come by my lab and we can share notes or something.
Yes, absolutely. Where are you based in Sedley so that I might find you?
He gives you his address.
Thank you.
He says Karst Tower.
He has his own tower?
Yep.
What the fuck am I doing with my life?
We have a tower.
What?
We're just never there.
Full of booze.
Yeah.
Our tower's better than his
So
tower.
at that point, him and Adiel kind of walk off.
What was the name? Azrael?
Ilvek. Azarel Ilvek.
As soon as that happens, I'd like to walk up to Baron
Sure.
and be like, well, I'm pretty sure the Shimmering Guard are up to something. Don't tell them anything. And then just walk off.
Indeed, Kibe.
That's not where I thought that
Seeing
was
as how
gonna
you
go.
just told them everything.
Let's see.
Even your secret identity.
On the veranda, there's
He said to refer to him as Russell Crowe for the evening.
there's been a
doing what
few
I'm
people.
told.
There's been a few people out there, but you see, you turn as you notice a shuffle of movement, and you see Barnabas Prescott come out there with a small entourage of people. Some party guests, some standing off to the side, just you recognize as kind of house security. And he's just laying out there. And as he makes his way towards you, he kind of saunters up and he leans on the railing that overlooks the courtyard. He's like, so Russell, what did you want to meet about again? And you can notice he's slightly tipsy at this point.
Okay. I start speaking to him in Thieves' Cant, like, can I trust you? Are you trustworthy?
Speaking to him in Thieves' Cant kind of takes him off guard a little bit, and he welcomes it. He's like, oh. He's like, all right. And he sizes you up a little bit, and he speaks back. He's like, have I given you any reason not to trust me?
No. I'm just seeing if we can speak like this freely.
I welcome all my guests to speak freely and openly to me.
Okay.
You're a bitch.
I get up. I got slide like kind of awkwardly close to him.
As you step close to him, you see a couple of the guards kind of step up, and like you even notice a couple of the quote unquote party goers. They stop talking and they kind of look over at you, and you notice him put a hand up, and people just kind of calm down. At this point, you realize everyone else on the veranda probably knows him and is kind of like more or less under his control.
Yeah.
Like,
I turn to where like my back is facing. He's facing out on the veranda. My back is
Yeah.
facing out, and I'm just turning to him and talking, showing them my hands. Where it's
Yeah.
like I'm not doing anything.
Hands up.
I'm basically. It's like so. You told me earlier you knew what the Dawnguard were up to, and that you were going to get us. Well, I'm here to tell you, we don't really know what's going on right now. We were first sent off to tackle members of the Void. We've barely made any traction with that. but we did encounter the dragon cult and Dragon's Mon. We're able to put them down and saved a lot of good people.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were sent out by the king to find these 3 shards of power for a ruin engine.
Ruin.
Which, to me, doesn't sound good. Now, if you really are a servant of the people, I would like for the Shimmering Knights and the Dawnguard to get together and share information. I feel like something is going on behind the scenes and we're both being used.
He says, interesting, Grits. And he says Grits purposefully. He says, well, I mean, of course, we're on the same side. We're both... We both fight for the kingdom. Are you saying that the kingdom can't be trusted? The king can't be trusted?
I don't know if that's what I'm ready to say yet. But I do know someone behind the scenes is playing us. Norik was our go-to. He's in jail for whatever reasons. We don't know. We just lost contact. He sent us some...
He cuts you off and says, for being a member of the Council of the Void.
For crimes.
Yes.
And I want to let you know that suspicion has now been more or less shifted to the Dawnguard. If we're being candid, and he's still speaking in Thieves' Cant, of course. But he's like, if we're being open and if we're being friends,
Candid.
I will let you know that
Get out.
Visus does not trust you, any of you.
As well, at this point, he shouldn't. I don't know who to trust. Except for, I can tell you who I do trust, and that is the other members of the Dawnguard. I mean, because you can...
I only trust my closest friends.
And the only reason I trust them is...
The ones you specifically don't trust.
is because, I mean, whether it was whether what we did in that dungeon was good or bad, we did it together. And I died there, and they made sure to bring me back. I mean... It's a form I'm still getting used to, but...
Oh, this is your new form. I thought this was a costume of some kind. Apologies. I mean, you came in with the other Dawnguard.
I just want to know how he knew.
He's explaining. He says you came in with the other Dawnguard to the party. You were spotted at the Beauregard Manor. I assume only the Dawnguard is secure enough to, and he points at your weapons, to still be carrying.
Yeah.
I just assumed this was like a gaudy or garish costume of yours.
Nope. I just pluck a feather out.
Oh,
and I'm
how
just like,
unfortunate.
It's like, yeah, it's not my favorite, but flying is pretty cool. But
So beyond all that, what do you propose? What are you asking of me?
Let us meet with Visus, with the Shimmering Knights. Let us discuss and share information. Let us work as a team.
I'll have to pass this on to the rest of the guys and girls. And
How inclusive.
I know we'll be meeting with Visus again in 2 weeks. And we'll see if there any common ground can be made after that.
Okay. Well, Barnabas, thank you for being civil. And thank you for putting the kingdom above everything else.
He says, of course. And while you're here, you are a welcome guest. You're free to play any of the games out on the floor or downstairs if you wish.
You know, before I just like make a gesture at my bird form, I was like, before all this, that would have been incredible. But things change. I've changed. And I appreciate the party. Thank you for throwing it and for having us. I know you and Beauregard do not see eye to eye.
He scoffs at that.
But thank you.
All right. And if you do change your mind, just, ask for Tulip. And he gives you a wink. And then he walks off. And to anyone standing nearby, it just sounds like you guys were talking about, I don't know, pie recipes? Yeah, we'll say pie recipes.
Cool.
For
Nice.
Thieves' Cant. Super coated. So he leaves you alone on the veranda. Shrimp, you are now full of shrimp from the cocktail. The allotted time has passed since you were supposed to meet up with... Give me a history check. Let me see if you remember his name.
I feel pretty good about this.
Makes you just actually remember it.
Was that?
His name was Wispy. I rolled a 15.
Close. His name was Tybalt.
That's what I said.
Okay. But you're like, okay, it's about time to meet him in the backgammon room.
I think out to the group.
Sure.
Say,
we'll say you guys are all close enough that you guys can all hear it.
Hey, Max, Grits, you guys want to join me for a game downstairs?
All right. Sure. I head downstairs to try to find Shrimp and Max.
Also head downstairs.
I kind of wait at the top of the steps
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
Can you name that? What was that dwarf's name one more time?
The dwarf?
Tiddlywinks.
Tybalt.
This would be interesting. You just invite the lawful good guy down to a robbery.
Yeah.
Also, you all heard it too, so
Yeah.
you guys know.
Well, I'm digging into these hors d'oeuvres.
I just say back, whatever you do, don't tell the Shimmering Knights anything. I think the shrimp are behind something.
Wait, me?
Not the shrimp.
Oh.
Not
The shrimp.
you shrimp.
Okay. No, but I'm the shrimp.
Not you, Shrimp.
Can we just go to me calling me Flint? Can we settle on that?
So the three of you, Grits, Max, and Flint, you stop at the top of the steps because you are stopped at the top of the steps by house personnel. Pretty beefy, well-armed house personnel. And they've just got... One guy's kind of standing in front of the steps. He's got his hands crossed. And he's like, can I help you, Shrimp?
How did you know my name?
He's like, I didn't.
Oh, I like you. I like you.
He stands a good 3 feet over you.
I look up towards him. I was invited to a game here.
He says, oh yeah? Who invited you?
Well, I'm a member of the Dawnguard, and I believe the Shimmering Knights are also down there. I shine the Dawnguard jewel, rub my face.
He leans in, he says, oh, pretty. But her, him, and he points to people, random people.
Yeah.
He's like, they're the Shimmering Knights. They're not down there.
Oh.
And you can see the two people that were talking to Baron earlier. You can see Barnabas Prescott, again, just mingling with folks.
I mean, I was invited to a game down there. I don't know when they're going to join. But.
You told me that.
Uh-huh.
Who invited you?
The name escapes me.
Umami.
It was Tibbet. Talbot.
Don't know anybody by that name.
Tybalt, I say, finally.
He's like, look, I'm not playing 20 questions with you. You got to give me the name, the right name. I'll let you through. Otherwise, go back, have a couple drinks, have fun, dance.
I feel like Brian's punishing you for not taking notes.
It's Tybalt, right?
Well, it was Tybalt, yeah.
For misremembering
You
from
definitely
5
asked for
seconds
Tybalt,
ago.
but he still denied you.
Okay.
Have I caught up to him yet?
Yeah, you're with him.
Oh, can I look at the guy and be like, Tulip invited us to a game?
He's like, he looks you up and down. He says nothing as he backs out of the way and just kind of shrugs and moves you guys on.
I just walk on in. As I walk down, turn around to Shrimp. It's like, what's up?
Water's rock.
I say, Tulip, that was the name. I shrug as I keep walking by because I haven't met this person.
All right, you guys make your way down the steps. Just the three of you, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, you guys make your way down the steps.
I think back to everybody. It's like, hey, the password to get downstairs is Tulip, by the way.
I think back, why do we need to go downstairs? We're just playing games, right?
You never know with this crowd, man.
What hors d'oeuvres are there?
What hors d'oeuvres?
Yeah.
Oh,
What food and
At
pleasantries
this
am I
point,
partaking in?
there's
I've thrown
definitely-
the shrimp out into the
Yeah, there was
the yard.
there was shrimp. There was
there was shrimp.
There was shrimp cocktail. There was definitely some type of kebabs.
Bread pudding?
With definitely different spices.
Please tell me there's a bread pudding that Trey didn't eat.
I'm a real
It's almost gone. And it's almost gone.
No, there's no
Can I
bread
roll
pudding
for that?
here.
I would have noticed. My passive perception as a bonus to bread pudding.
There's different exotic fruits and sweets and I don't know. It's a very colorful spread.
Is there a meat and cheese tray?
There's definitely a meat and cheese tray.
Oh, yeah.
Please tell me it's like one of those you get for Christmas.
No, they're good, fresh cooked meats and
I'm
stuff.
taking the sausage balls.
I bet you do.
So, man, gargling balls.
You guys get down there,
Yeah.
and as you approach the door, there's another
Go on.
house personnel there. Opens the door for you, welcomes you in, and you're greeted with a hallway that has 4 doors up ahead of you, just down the hallway, and then it ends. Yeah, that's about it.
So it's just like, there's nothing at the end of the hall. There's
Nope,
two
there's
doors,
two doors on each side.
All right. And Thieves Can't, I say to Grits, wait here.
I say back to him, fuck you.
I say, I feel like you need to keep an eye on these souffles. And then I grab Max. I say, let's go play a game. And I walk into one of the doors.
All right, I'll
Okay.
follow.
All right. You open the door, and everyone, no, not everyone, like one person looks over at you. And what you see is
It's an orgy.
a decently, it's a decently long room.
Uh-huh.
And you see like 3 what look like servants that are blindfolded, and they're sitting on stools, and each one has an apple over their head. And standing behind a line about 20 paces away, you see a guy handing out daggers to other partygoers.
Are they to cut the apples?
I see we're playing
Feed the
stool
blind?
sample.
Someone speaks up, and he's like, "Oh, actually, around here we call it apples to knives, but it's whatever."
All right. Cool.
Are
You'll
you
give it
guys in for a game? It's only 100 G a throw.
Do I see this?
You're still standing over where Shrimp told you to stay put.
I didn't stay put, though. I told him to go fuck himself.
Sure, you all 3 walk up to the door, and you see this, and you see one of the patrons who's a slovenly man, kind of sloppy, but has lots of jewelry, bald head. He's just greedily like looking at the knife and like, this is a good weight to it, and looks like he's getting ready to throw it.
Wait, do I have to pay to throw, or am I just betting on his throw?
Oh, you pay to throw.
Oh, okay.
That's the game.
This is like
What do I win,
Yeah.
though?
Huh?
What do I win if I hit the apple?
You know what? Didn't think that far ahead. Sure, you do both. You pay 1,000 to throw, and it's 100 minimum bet to see if that person's going to hit the apple or hit the person.
Can I pick either?
Got worst.
No, you have to pick. You can only pick the apple.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, I bet 100 that he's going to hit the apple.
yeah.
And I was like, no, he looks like weak sauce, man. And I start walking out. I grab Max and I start walking. I get him by
much
the
is it to
shoulder and
throw?
walk out.
1,000.
Okay.
Shut up and take my money.
I don't have enough money.
Give me all 3.
Do you have a line of credit I can take?
If one of you's the man under the apple.
Oh, wait, I have plenty of money. Yeah, I'm going to throw 1.
Oh, I thought you pulled out your wallet. I was like, what? All right, yeah, let's go.
Brian, can I buy some gold?
What's the exchange rate?
Hey, when do we start microtransactions?
This game just got paid to win real quick.
Damn.
All right. You pay up, and you move one of the guys out of the way because he kind of chickens out. He's up at the line, ready to throw. He's like, I can't do it.
I was like, everyone gather around. Watch the beauty of the Dawnguard, best dagger thrower. And I give
you hear a
myself
couple people like, ooh, the Dawnguard.
I give myself a bardic inspiration with that.
You're gonna fucking throw it in the face.
All right. The target they give you is a young girl. She looks to be the age, from what you can see of her face, about 14 years old. Just her build and everything. She's sitting on a stool. They place an apple
I
on her
think
head.
to Max, be ready just in case.
It's Remy.
The apple falls off a couple times because she's kind of like, like little hyperventilation going on. So another servant steps back, but is holding the apple steady.
I at this point have zero issues with robbing the Prescotts.
All right, they say your turn, sir.
Anyone betting?
Before he rolls, I say, I'd like to put 100 on this man, and I grab his shoulder, and I cast Guidance.
Oh my god!
What does that give me?
D4.
Nice.
And I bet 100 on him to not murk someone in the face. Oh shit, that's what I was aiming for. What?
All right, go ahead. What are you aiming for? The apple?
I'm aiming for the apple.
Gotcha.
Big money, no whammies, no whammies. 25.
25. Yeah.
Oh, 25.
DC was 30. Oh.
It's actually 32. Because I didn't even add my dagger.
Gotcha. I said this is like an apple bite, right? Like this.
It's just a pile of applesauce on her forehead.
You chunk it, and you pin it to the wall behind her, and everyone in the room goes nuts. They're just like, so you get your payout. You make like, we'll say 1,600 gold on that.
Nice.
Based on who all bet on you.
What do I make for betting 100?
For betting on him?
I bet 100.
600.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's my kind of game.
So, everyone cheers.
I think the shrimp. I'm like, again?
Max,
yeah, man, guidance last a
are you
minute.
doing anything? Are you watching this?
I'm just carefully watching this, prepared to like heal
Arrest all of
anyone, heal anyone that gets injured.
I like your type of morality.
Somehow turned
He's
to
getting
neutral.
real smitey.
Technically, a crime has not been committed yet.
They're just poking apples.
You guys continue playing that. You try to go for another round. We're going to end the session right there.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. So,
I want to go ahead and call. I can't think. I work too much.
Call your work.
Call my
Call a friend.
Never mind. I'm gonna say something different. I want to do the recap next time
okay.
because that was kind of a shit show. We went from we hate the Prescotts and the Shimmering Knights to they are our best friends
Yep.
in a matter of seconds.
Yep.
Tell them everything.
It's called a narrative arc.
It was
Oh my gosh, what a twist!
we went like 50,
best friends
60
now.
some episodes hating them, and then
Yeah.
one episode we're just like, you know what?
Yeah.
We
Like a
love these
narrative
guys.
right turn.
There's a lot of
I still don't like
character
him.
development.
There is zero character development. There's character crushing.
Speaking of character development, do we have any fan mail or letters or questions to read?
I would like to thank our patrons for coming together and buying us new microphones.
Yes.
Yes.
Microphones are
That's
legit.
We hope that you can hear the difference.
Shout out
can't,
to our
then you're
patron,
deaf.
Yinny the Pooh, who gave me this fabulous shirt. And again, to
Yeah.
anybody, if you send me a shirt, I will wear it.
No matter what it says.
No matter what it says.
He
or
wears
what's on
extra
it.
small.
That is not true. I wear
It's
2X.
totally true.
But
No,
if you
it's
send me an
2X
extra small,
small.
if you send me a shirt, I will wear it.
Yeah.
I'm order Redbubble right now.
Order it in a China medium.
Send me a shirt.
But we do have
Fan mail.
some fan mail.
Yay. I love fan mail.
This is from, and I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name, but
No,
I do
you're
it to
not.
everyone, so just deal with it.
Matt.
Zophar Petty. Oh my lord, I'm now listening to season 2, episode 41, the morning after Dragon Maw Arson, where Kibe meets his waifu for the second time, and I can literally not stop laughing out loud. I'm dying here. You guys are killing it. I just signed up to send you guys a round of tasty beverages on Patreon. Well worth the entertainment value. Also, the holiday episode with Shadow the Demon Lord sounds like a setting right up my alley as fans of both Ravenloft and the setting Cthulhu. Thanks for recording that. Ooh, ooh.
You're welcome.
You're welcome,
Thank
sir.
you for being a fan.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much for listening.
Yeah.
Along the lines of fans and people that are awesome, I would like to thank our higher level patrons. We have Trevor, Austin, Brett, and Tarken. We really appreciate the monthly money that you guys send us. It's amazing. We would also like to thank the rest of our patrons. You guys help make this podcast possible. Because, I mean, we'd still do it whether you guys were here or not. But it just makes it better that you're here. We got these awesome new mics. So we really appreciate it. If you'd like to join the ranks of our patrons, Go to patreon.bardsnobles.com. We've got a Discord server set up for our patrons, which has been pretty dope. Yeah, got some pretty sweet rewards.
Also, check us out on all of our social medias. We recently just got some amazing fan art from our patron Moonwing.
Yeah.
I almost said his real name, but I don't know. That's cool. For Moonwing, but incredible art. Go there, check it out. If you have some art, please send it to us. Our P.O. Box is 381061, Birmingham, Alabama, 35238. And that's Bards and Nobles.
Woohoo!
Once again.
If you'd like to rock some Bards and Nobles swag,
Swiggity
go to
swag.
shop.bardsnobles.com. We got mugs, shirts, onesies, snatchels, whatever. Pretty dope. Back to you, Brian.
I was just going to say, thanks everyone for listening.
Yeah,
Thanks, guys.
we really do
Thank
appreciate
you guys
it.
so
Next
much.
time.
Thank you guys.
Masturbate.
Thanks, guys.
Did you say masturbate?
Well, we stand here in a row, looking like a bunch of heroes. I know that deep inside, nothing more but